on what is actually happening. Give me a yes in the chat box. And that's exactly what I've written. At this point, at the breakout point, retail traders have bought in the expectation that big players have bought alongside them. But the reality is, institutions have entered long back. They entered here, they entered long back, and they're not going to buy more at higher prices. They will buy more when there is liquidity. And liquidity will be existing here when at the place where retail stop losses are, retail stop losses are existing. And ironically, you will also see the price comes back to the same area where institutions initially created their buy positions. That means the price comes back like a magnet to the same area where the move originated or started from. I've also written institutions, since institutions will not buy more and retail has already bought, there are no buyers left to push the price higher. The result, prices will not move up but rather go down to take the liquidity. That's exactly what usually happens when institutions create a trap for retail traders. Now I'll just move lower. Now you've understood this as well, right? You've got a good understanding now. Now, market structure is something that you have to understand very, very deeply, and I've already given you an explanation. One more thing that you need to understand are what are very crucial liquidity areas. So this is a chart that tells you where liquidity is usually found. Liquidity, as I said, is a place where either a retail trader will execute their entry order or stop loss or target, right? Where will retail traders place their entry? At the break of the high. So there is liquidity above every high and below every low. So, right, if a stock has created a low, retail traders would want to sell here. So there is a lot of liquidity below this low. Institutions can take this liquidity and move the price higher. Similarly, if there is a breakout point over here, this is a high, there's going to be lots of liquidity here. Prices will take those liquidity and then come back down, right? So you can see those areas. So above every high, below every low, a lot of liquidity is found, and I will show that to you in like a few moments, right? Market structure is also clear. Now let's come to the main bit, right? On what is the strategy. So now we're going to be studying the order block strategy, right? So this is the order block strategy that we're going to be discussing, and this strategy will have 5 crucial parameters or rules to follow, and all of these rules are connected to the topic that I explained. So let's go step by step. So the first topic is displacement. You need to know what displacement is. So right now I'm not only going to explain the strategy, but I'm also going to be telling you how to identify these different concepts. So one by one I will explain concepts, then I will show you the schematic, and then we will move on to the charts and see how it has performed and how it has worked, and then we will go to case studies. So the first topic is displacement, second is rebalance, third is volume dry up, fourth is marking the order block or the POI. POI is point of our interest. And last but not least, position sizing, placement of stop loss, and placements of target, right? So let's start with displacement first. So displacement, also known as imbalance, is nothing but a way to understand the first footprint of the institutions, right? So a displacement essentially is nothing but the idea of the stock to break the previous high. So I'll just remove this for now. So the idea of a displacement is nothing but whenever the price breaks the previous high. So I am currently talking about a bullish displacement, right? So bullish displacement is when the price creates or breaks the previous high, and it breaks the previous high with either a big green candle like this or two big body green candles like this, or a mix of green and red candles, but the candle size should be big body. Now why big body? Big body candles or candles with larger sizes are usually created when there is a sudden increase in buying, or if there is a sudden pump of demand or supply. That's the reason when the price moves up very quickly. Now retail or institutions, there are two kinds of people who trade. for obvious reasons, whenever institutions punch in their trades, they are the people who trade with higher quantity, they are the people who trade with a higher size. So, in all probabilities, whenever an imbalance is created, or whenever there is a big displacement candle is created, or whenever there is a big body green or a red candle is created, in all probabilities, they are institutions. Now, how do we confirm if there are institutions involved or not? If the stock is breaking the previous high, it is creating a new higher high. Now, I explained market structure in the starting that if there is a high and then there is a higher high being created, that means we are in an upstream. Trends are created by whom? Institutions. So that's the reason the previous high has to break. This previous high has to break with a big body displacement candle. Now, why do we call it a displacement candle? The word displacement means a sudden or a quick movement, right? And this displacement is caused because of imbalance of demand over supply. Demand is very high, supply is very low, and that's why this big displacement is occurring. So, for you to identify a bullish displacement, you need the stock to break its previous high. You need the stock to break the previous high either with one big green candle, maybe two decent sized green candles, or maybe multiple red and green candles but bigger body candles. And the last condition over here is all of these candles should have been formed with high volume. Volume accompanying these displacement candles should be on the higher side. Now, again, very simple reason on why we need higher volumes. Institutions always trade and buy and sell in big quantity. So if they're buying and selling in big quantity, the volumes will be on the higher side, and hence we need volume on the higher side for us to confirm this as a displacement. Now, once we identify the displacement, we are not going to buy after the breakout over here, or over here. No. We are not going to buy the breakout. We are only going to identify that in this stock or in this index or in this crypto or in this instrument, institutions are involved. So we have now at this point only identified one thing, that institutions are involved in this stock. Where will we buy? When will we enter? All of this is not clear yet. We have just identified that okay, there is a displacement, there is an imbalance, institutions are involved. Now I need to find out where have they bought, at what price range will they be looking to buy, etc. So that's when we move to the second concept, which is called a rebalance. Now, what is a rebalance? Like an imbalance, when the demand is very high as compared to supply, there is a big imbalance of demand over supply that takes place. This imbalance of demand over supply will end at point B, where institutions stop buying, because from point A to point B, so this is your point A, from point A to point B, who took the price? Institutions. When they make the price go to point B, their buying is done, so they will not be buying anymore. And at point B, any retail trader who has bought the breakout will see that the prices are not moving up, and slowly the prices will come down. And as I mentioned in the other example, that if the price is coming from point B back to point C with low volume, which is also known as volume dry up, that means the price should come down with declining volumes. This is a perfect confirmation that the price is not coming down because of selling pressure. The price is actually coming down because of lack of buyers. Now I'll just revise this once again. I told you at point B, retail traders have already bought the breakout. Institutions have already moved the price from point A to point B. So at point B, you have neither institutions buying, neither retail buying. So at point B, there is a lack of buyers. And at point B, retail traders who entered at higher prices are slowly going to start selling. Because they want to sell, they will need to find a buyer. Buyers are not available, so there is a lack of buyer. Where are the buyers available? Buyers are available at a point where retail traders have placed their stop losses, which is a liquidity area. So when the price comes from point B to point C with a low volume or a volume dry up, this B to C area is called the area of a rebalance. That the imbalance that was initially created is now getting rebalanced. It's another word for a correction, profit booking, or a pullback, right? It's just a more advanced version of judging that a correction or a pullback is healthy or unhealthy, right? A healthy pullback or a correction is when the price is coming down with not a lot of selling pressure.